Oh, it's pretty hot out here today. I don't know if you can turn this around. I'm going to try to turn it around. Let's see. There we go. I'm out here in my garden, and I'm going to show you my new gutter grow system here. And this is going to be a covered area, and it's going to be enclosed. It's going to have a roof on it, and it's going to be enclosed with poly material to make it into a greenhouse. And but it's going to have all these gutters here that these containers are sitting in. So I'm going to show you that now and kind of show you and talk to you about how this works. This is the first area that I did right here. Oop. There we go. I think I can do it this way. Nope. You can't turn phone while live. Okay. It says I can't turn the phone while live. So anyway, this is the gutter grow system here. These are 50-gallon drums, and they're cut, in half and placed in this gutter system here, as you can see, with a float valve on it. And the float valve is fed by, or the gutters are fed by this 50-gallon water tank. And I got these hoses attached to it here, and down here. And you can see this system here that has the float valve. And what the float valve does is it allows the water to the level into the gutter that you want to keep it at, and it maintains that level. And this right here, as you can see, this is one bucket that I've put cocoa coir in. And what the cocoa coir does is it soaks water up, through these peat pots. You can see these little peat pots here that are down in the water. And the cocoa coir will soak that water up into the bucket, and you put your planting medium in here, your compost, and then you plant your plant in here. And it constantly feeds the plant with, the plant actually can uptake the water as it wants. Whereas in a lot of other ways, you have to water constantly. And this, once you fill that 50-gallon drum, and it's actually on the back of this, I don't know if you can see up here, on the back of this 2x6, there's going to be a gutter system that goes all the way down and then feeds into this 50-gallon drum. And the water will come off the roof into the gutter system and go into the 50-gallon drum, keeping it full, as long as we get rain. That's a good question. But anyway, I'm going to have, this has got 10 buckets. There's 6 50-gallon drums here, 10 buckets here. There'll be another 10 buckets here on this side in that gutter system that I haven't, I'm trying to get, what you have to do is you have to get all the leaks out of it, make sure it gets the leaks out of it. So I'm sealing up the leaks. And then over there, on that side, over there, there'll be another, and this one's going to be longer. It's going to go all the way down. It'll be about 20-something feet, and probably get another 12 buckets in that. And so I have about 38 buckets or containers altogether that I'm growing in. And so this is my new grow system, and I've been testing this for the past couple years. And as you can see here, I've got, hold on a second. You can see here I've already got some Swiss chard planted in these, and these two, and this is lettuce coming up now here. Lettuce all coming up here. And the last container down here will be spinach, and I already got some tomatoes started to go in the buckets. And my attempt is I'm going to use this and try to grow all year round in the summertime and in the wintertime. I'm going to try to grow all year long. And this is my planting medium here. Show you this real quick. This is a lot of compost that I make myself here, and one day I'm going to show you how I make my compost and make my own dirt and sift it and everything. And some of this compost on the top comes from the Lexington landfill. They make compost out there, and you can get not only can you get compost, but you can get wood chips. And we've already done out here, you can see this area out here. Let me turn this around. This area out here, we've already got some of the compost down here. There's newspaper, there's chicken manure up under on top of the newspaper, and then this compost on top of this. And this whole area here is going to be what's called a back to Eden garden. And then you can see I got some bean plants popping up right there. They really look healthy. They're just kind of wild bean plants. But anyway, so on top of this compost will go a layer of probably a little more compost than this. I got a whole thing to unload, and we might go get one more load of compost and then get 2 loads of wood chips and put on top of this. And the purpose of the wood chips is to keep the soil moist and keep it covered, because that's the way it was in the Garden of Eden. Everything was meant to be covered. Everything was meant to be covered. You're covered with skin. Animals are covered with hides, and birds are covered with feathers. And everything exists well when it's covered. And, you know, Jesus is our covering. And it says the head of every man is Christ, and the head of every woman is the man or the husband. And anyway, we won't get into that. But, you know, as I get this going, I keep getting, really get it up and running. I'm going to show you progress on this over time of how it's working. And, I think you'll be amazed, and you might want to do something like this. I kind of started learning this process of growing in containers or raised beds from a man named Mr. Eagle, who wrote a book called Growing God's Way. And so anyway, I'm really sweating right here. It's kind of warm today, but anyway, I'm going to keep going here, get some of these buckets filled up and ready for the tomatoes, and and also cucumbers. I'm going to be growing some cucumbers in these containers, and I'll let you check back in on again when I get a chance. Talk to you later. God bless.